Hey friends, back with another Pokemon ORAS battle. Once again, music in the background is brought to you by Blunted Beats, which you can go check out their channel link in the description below. Now to get into this battle, we are facing my friend Brandon. I ran into him on the Pokemon Showdown server, I believe. He's got a pretty tough team. He has the one Pokemon that I absolutely hate, and that is going to be Heatran. Also, he's going to be running with Mega Diancie. I've never run into this thing on Wi-Fi before. I've seen it a couple times on Showdown whenever I make my way over there, but I know that it's bulky as hell and pretty fast. So that's something that I don't really want to deal with. There's going to be a Starmie, a Gliscor, which I really don't want to deal with toxic storage shenanigans, everybody's favorite revenge killer, Talonflame, and the always threatening Hydreigon. Now, I have been bringing Weavile a lot with me lately because I really don't feel like dealing with any kind of dragons, and I know, well, I think now Salamence has been banned, or possibly banned, I don't know, but I don't feel like dealing with that, so I'm bringing Adamant Weavile with Ice Shard just in case, and anything to attack any kind of Garchomps or dragons that I don't want to deal with, and Landorus's. So Weavile has been coming with me a lot. This is the same set I've been using with the Assault Vest and everything. Also, I've been a big fan of Pokesash Gengar lately. This is my Will-O-Wisp Taunt one with Dual Stab. I decided to bring Buster with me today. Buster is my Arcanine. Hooters is making his first appearance in ORAS, which I was very excited about. I love myself Hooters. He's a very good and reliable wall. I do love him. Now, I'm also bringing Aggron with me, which is going to be sitting on air balloons, my Stealth Rock and T-Wave one with Heavy Slam and Earthquake. And finally, I wanted to try out Mega Sharpedo. Now, I do have a Sharpedo that I bred up on my own, which is a special Sharpedo, which I'd love to use Mega, but his ability does not complement that whatsoever. So, I was trading with somebody, and they ended up giving me a Sharpedo, and I've been using it, and it's not too shabby. So we're gonna get right into this battle. And now I end up leading off with my Weavile, predicting him to lead off with his Gliscor. And as we can see in a couple seconds, that's not going to happen because he ends up leading off with Diancie. And I was like, I need to get out of here as fast as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch straight out. I'm going to go into Sergeant Pepper, my Aggron. But luckily for me, after the Mega Evolution, as you'll see here, it actually looks pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of Diancie, but it does look pretty sick. I'll give it that. He's going to end up going for the Protect, so I do get like the matchup that I kind of sort of wanted. Now, he's going to end up switching out because it does have a 4x weakness, and Gliscor is going to come out, and I'm just going to end up going for the T-Wave just in case he wanted to stay in, predicting me to over-predict and not go for the Heavy Slam, or if I just want to go into something else. So now, Gliscor is going to come in. I'm going to go into Hooters here because I know that Gliscor really can't touch me too much. Knockoff, I'm not too worried about that. I do have Roost as a form of recovery, so Leftovers isn't extremely important. He's going to end up going for the Protect. Now I figure he's probably carrying maybe Substitute, Earthquake, that could be an option. But we have seen Knockoff, Protect, and we haven't seen the other moves yet. We're still curious, but I'm sure it's carrying at least Earthquake. So I'm going to end up going for Nightshade here. He's going to switch into Heatran, which I hate you, Heatran. I do not like you. So I have to find out a way to deal with this guy because I don't have anything with Earthquake besides my Aggron, and I need to try and get that matchup, but I want to stay away from its Lava Plume because I'm pretty sure he can outspeed me. And I'm going to end up switching into Buster here, get a useless Intimidate off, as he is going to set up his Stealth Rocks, and I also did want to get in before Stealth Rocks. But now I need to try and get Hooters in at some point and try and get a defog because I don't want rocks on my side because I do have my Weavile who's weak to rocks, I have my Hooters who's weak to rocks, I also have my Arcanine who's weak to rocks, and it will break my Sturdy on my Aggron, so I really don't want rocks on my side. I did just go for the safe play with the close combat. It does literally nothing to Gliscor, not a thing. So what's going to happen here is I'm just going to switch out, predicting the Earthquake. I'm going to end up going into Hooters, because other than that, it will help me figure out what else kind of set this is. So Hooters is going to come in, going to take a little bit from the damage here of the Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to see what he wants to do. Turns out he's going to go for a Toxic, predicting my switch out. Hooters, so swift, is going to dodge that Toxic in a tremendous fashion. So now he's going to end up going for another Toxic, and we're not going to dodge that one. So we do end up getting Toxic. I do have the Psycho Shift if anything else does want to come in that is not immune to the toxics such as Gliscor and Heatran themselves, and see if I can get that onto somebody. Now, what's going to happen here is he's going to end up switching out. I was like, alright, we'll see what happens here. He's going to go into Talonflame. Now, I don't have my rocks up, so he's not going to end up losing any health. I'm just going to go for a Defog. Now, he's going to end up trying to bait me into going into my Aggron to take the Brave Bird, which is going to be a nice play. So I'm actually going to call his bluff here, and I'm not going to switch out. I'm going to stay in, and I'm actually going to go for the Nightshade here. And the Gliscor is going to come in because he's trying to bait me in. Then he could have knocked off or, you know, Toxic something else, forcing a switch out because I don't want to get knocked off. It would break my Sturdy and knock my Balloon out, and then I'd be susceptible to Earthquakes and Earth Powers thanks to Gliscor and Heatran. So what's going to happen is I'm going to switch out here because I don't want to stay in. I really don't want to. He really can't do anything to me. I can't really do anything to him. He predicts my switch nicely here and goes for a Toxic, hitting my Weavile because I want the Ice Shard to come in, and I want to force him out at some point because I don't really want to deal with this right now. So I'm Toxic, which I'm moderately okay with. Not super okay with. I'm moderately okay with it. So he's going to go for Protect to see what I want to go for, expecting to see an Ice Punch or an Ice Shard. So I do Ice Shard, and he's going to expect me to overpredict and possibly switch up my moves, which I feel isn't really too necessary. So I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to go for an Ice Shard, and he does take it relatively well for being 4 times weak to it because he does have, I'm sure, an HP and defense investment. He's going to go for an Earthquake. It is going to end up being a critical hit, which is going to end up taking me out. And I don't know if that crit mattered, but in the long run, it really doesn't. Just for the fact that he probably could have just protected, got more health back, and then just switched out into Heatran or something like that. But meanwhile, the Toxic would have racked up, and I would have been a very low amount of health. So now I'm going to switch into my Aggron. And I was like, alright, I'm done playing games. We're about 15 turns into this game, and we're just going in circles. He's wearing me down, and I don't like that anymore. So it's time for me to make some moves. I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks. Yes, I know he's knocked me off. I do no longer have a Balloon, and I no longer have my Sturdy, which is a horrible thing. So I'm going to switch into Hooters here and see what he wants to go for. Now, it turns out he's just going to go for a knockoff, predicting my switch out, which is a very nice play. It's not going to do much to me, so I will be able to take that knockoff relatively well. And then the Toxic is going to build up on top of that. He cannot really touch me because his last move is Earthquake, so we finally do know his whole set. Protect, Knockoff, Toxic, and Earthquake. He's going to go into Diancie here. And now, I was actually double switching here, trying to force in the Heatran. That's why I double switch out here, and I end up going into my Sharpedo. So I was baiting the Heatran, but I ended up getting Diancie on accident. I wasn't really about that, so I'm actually going to switch out here. And I'm going to go into my Hooters. And what's going to happen here is he's going to end up going to Diamond Storm, which is going to take out my Hooters, which it's pretty much fodder at this point because I tried to bait the right thing, got the wrong thing, so something has to die now. And unfortunately, it's going to be Hooters, but he did well for the amount of time that he lasted in this battle. Now, I end up going to Sergeant Peppy here, and after I did that, I remembered that Diancie gets Earth Power, and I'm 4 times weak to that shit, and I do no longer have a Sturdy, so that's gone. So I kind of just wasted my Aggron there, so that's that blows, to be honest. It really just sucks. So now I'm going to be able to go into Xerxes here, and now things get a little funny. I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb. It does a very nice chunk of damage. He's going to go for Diamond Storm. It's going to miss. Gengar doing work. I do have my Focus Sash still intact. Now, knowing that he's going to want to switch because he's very low on health, predicting me to go for a Sludge Bomb, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. And now this is going to hit the Heatran. Now, this is especially defensive because the Shadow Ball basically does, like, nothing. But I am going to get a special defense drop. He's going to get a little bit of leftovers here. But now things get a little bit more haxy. Now, I'm going to end up going for another Shadow Ball. And unfortunately for him, it's going to end up being crit. Now, I don't know how much that mattered. If the special defense drop would have OHKO'd from that level, he was foddering it off. I don't know. So now I still have my Focus Sash intact, so I want to keep this for later. He doesn't have Rocks Up. He can't get Rocks Up now because I've killed his Rock Setter. So now I'm going to go into Buster. I'm going to sack off Buster, even though I do have the E-Speed and priority and stuff like that. I figured it may not be super necessary because I still have Mega Sharpedo in my back pocket. So Draco's going to come in. It's going to hit poor Buster. He's going to get knocked out. And now I get my free switch. And also I was hoping that he would go for Draco, just for the fact that he'd get the special attack drop. Now, I know that Sharpedo is frail as hell, but I can make this work. So I'm going to go for Protect. I'm going to get my speed boost. And he's going to end up staying and going for another Draco. Now, what's going to happen is I can take him out with with Ice Fang here, because I will Mega Evolve and get the Strong Jaw ability, which is going to help boost up any kind of crunching moves. So now he's going to go in Diancie. He's going to fodder this off as I go for a Shiny Mega Evolution for Sharpedo and take out the Diancie. Now, he still has plenty of Pokemon left. However, those Pokemon fall right into the coverage of my Mega Sharpedo. They're weak to Ice, they're weak to Water, they're weak to Dark. So I'm going to go for the Ice Fang. That is going to end up taking out the Mega Diancie. Now he has a choice here. What is he going to go into? He's going to end up going into his Talonflame. Now this was like a critical point, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I can't switch out because I have my speed boost, which I'm going to use to sweep the rest of his team. So I need to pray that I do not get knocked out by this Brave Bird. And we live on just 26%. We live. I was completely surprised. I don't know how much of a boost Mega Sharpedo got in defenses or HP, but the fact that he lived that, I was floored. My jaw literally hit the floor, and then it made a hole, and I had to fix that hole because I was astonished at how much that damage that did, and I lived it. So after I fixed the hole in the floor, I got back to the battle, and now he brings out this Gliscor, where he's going to end up going for the Protect, see what move I want to go for. I did already show him the Ice Fang, and with the, I believe this is an Adamant one as well. I'm running an Adamant Mega Sharpedo, so the Ice Fang is going to be able to kill from that range of health, since you are 4 times weak to that as well. And slowly but surely, we are Sharpedo sweeping. Now Hydreigon is going to come back out, and we will be able to outspeed with our speed boost and with our Mega Evolution, which I'm sure he got a boost in speed as well, so we will be able to go for an Ice Fang. That is going to be able to take out the Hydreigon, and his last Pokemon is going to be none other than Starmie, which is weak to my Crunch. And with the Stealth Rocks, if any kind of Focus Sash was there, we would break it, and now we will be able to go for a Crunch, and we will be able to finish off the battle. And that's going to be it with Mega Sharpedo, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Definitely a fun battle using Mega Sharpedo and the rest of the crew that we see here. Any kind of comment questions of the day? Speaking of comment questions of the day, what are your guys' thoughts on all of the sub-box flooding for all of the Let's Plays of ORAS? I'm very curious what you guys think of this subject. I think it is a sensitive subject at this moment, and I feel like a lot of people may be losing subs because of that. And what do you guys think they should have done? Do you think they should have spaced it out more? Maybe avoided it altogether? I don't know. You know what? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what's going on in the community right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle once again, and stay tuned for more ORAS Poke battles. I'll catch you guys later. Bye!